Yo, how's it going, guys? My name's Adriano and I make videos about skateboarding. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to maintain and make your shoes last longer. So you're going to need a few things here. You're going to need some shoe glue, some super glue, preferably a super glue with this kind of like tip at the top here that makes it kind of come out smooth and not too much at once, which makes it easy to apply, and we'll get into that in a second. And a butter knife. If you can find an old one that you're not worried about putting glue on, the better, but shoe glue does clean off, so you can just use one. One of the first things that I do when I get a new pair of shoes is I actually super glue the laces. So these aren't a new pair of shoes, but I'll show you for an example. So you get a fresh new pair of shoes, and the first thing that you're going to want to do is take some super glue, take off the nozzle here. I'll apply a little bit to these because these need a little bit of maintenance, but you're going to want to put super glue on the laces here, kind of right on the tips. You could do both shoes if you're really good in switch as well, but you're going to want to do this primarily on your front foot, the foot that you're flicking with the most. And you're going to want to put super glue, a little amount, right on the kind of outside edges here of the shoelaces. And what's good about this super glue, this Gorilla Glue super glue, is that it is clear. So it goes on clear, and when it dries, you're not going to even notice that it's there. And I do this preemptively so that I can make my shoelaces last, because I, quite frankly, will rip through laces within one session or two sessions. I do a lot of kick flips and three flips, and my shoelaces just rip quickly. And if you're like me, you like to keep the same colorway laces that the shoes come with, and you don't want to have to swap out laces. If you look at this shoe here, I've been skating this shoe for a few weeks now, and it's still on the original laces. So it just goes to show you that you can make your shoelaces last you pretty much the longevity of the shoe if you keep up with maintenance. So super gluing the laces before you even skate them. Personally, that's what I do. Make sure that you've already tightened the shoelaces, the shoe fits the way that you like it before you put super glue on, because you don't want it to dry, because it tends to like get super tough and crusty. It doesn't look bad, like I said, it's clear, but because it's gonna form into like this hard compound, if you go to then have to like take the laces off or adjust the laces, that super glue part is not going to be in the same place, and it might not loop through as easily. So take that into consideration. Just make sure that the shoe is set up before you go in super glue. So that's after the first session. So after the second session is a good time and good opportunity to take a look at your shoe and see where the wear points are. Where is it wearing out most? Where can you see it potentially cracking or ripping? And that's when you'd come in with the shoe glue. So shoe gluing is, you know, a pretty easy job here. Let's open up this brand new shoe glue. I'm not going to do a huge amount here, but I'll show you kind of an idea of what I mean by using the butter knife. I like to use a butter knife because it tends to spread on easily and make it kind of spread nicely. So we take a look here. I'm going to just like, almost like you're spreading jam on toast. And the reason why I use a butter knife is because it's going to create that like thinner layer. It's not going to look as like clumpy. It's also going to attract less dirt, right? If there's less like crevices for dirt and stuff to accumulate, it's just going to look cleaner. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still going to look like you have like maple syrup dripped on top of your shoe, but if you're wanting to make your shoes last a long time and maintain your shoes so they don't just like have a huge hole in them by the third time you skate them, then I highly recommend using shoe glue. You could pick both of these up on Amazon. I don't know how much they are, but just Amazon it, you know, shoe glue and super glue. I like Gorilla Glue, works well. Also, another thing to consider is to make sure that you are waiting a few hours before you go out and skate. You don't want to be skating with fresh shoe glue. It's just going to come apart and go on your grip tape and all that. So yeah, first session or before first session, super glue the laces. After the second session, check out where the wear points are and apply some shoe glue. I applied shoe glue on this shoe here after the second session, and I just put it at the front here and the top here of the stitching. That's where I tend to rip most. I rip kind of there in the crack because I do from kick flips, and then on the outside here, I put shoe glue, and then sometimes I'll retouch up the laces like I did with super glue. And yeah, that helps me make the shoes last a lot longer. It's not the prettiest, but you know, if you're wanting to make your shoes last long, it's the way to do it. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. And if you did, consider liking and subscribing, and we'll catch you on another video. Thanks. Peace.